Our area's most beautiful properties deserve the finest realtors. Meeks Realty Group. We focus on buying and selling residential and commercial properties throughout the tri-state area. Contact Meeks Realty Group online at meeks.us or call 304-440-1101.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. 580 Live is presented by Thornhill Automotive and is broadcast live from the Parmar Stores studio. The country, the United States of America. The state, West Virginia. The city, Charleston. This is 580 Live. And your host of 580 Live.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, good Thursday morning to you from the Parmar Store studio. It's 580 Live, brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group, the voice of Charleston, WCHS. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. 580 Live, brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including the new Thornhill Toyota. Toyota's celebration continues. Come check out the sleek Camry, the versatile RAV4, or the all-new Tacoma, and drive away with a smile on your face and money in your pocket with Thornhill. Click or come by Thornhill Toyota, WV.com, or on US 119 in Chapmanville. And we do the show from the Parmar Store studio. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon, including Parmar's newest location at Scary Creek. That's just off the St. Albans exit of I-64. And their newest location, which will open up tomorrow in Monroe County, 312 Main Street in beautiful Union, West Virginia. Beautiful part of the world. And remember, there's not a Parmar store near you now. There will be soon. Little traffic note. I was a little delayed getting in here this morning, as we're just about anybody that travels I-64 east. There was a tractor-trailer accident of some sort that happened near the Institute exit. And the last time I checked, which was just before I went on, it was still very slow moving in that area. So if you're going to be traveling eastbound into Charleston, expect some delays this morning while they are trying to get that cleaned up. We'll try to have an update on that. I'm sure that we will on the news a little bit later on. But you may want to take a different route, maybe get off on one of the other exits, St. Albans or Nitro or whatever it takes to get you into Charleston if you're traveling eastbound this morning. Coming up on the show, we've got Delegate Kathy Hess-Krause, who's in the Parmar Store studio. We'll talk to her a little bit later on. Also, Dr. Tom Smith, Dr. Tom Williams, I'm not sure who Dr. Tom Smith is. Dr. Williams, who is the superintendent of Kanawha County Schools, is going to join us to talk about the upcoming school year, and a little later on, our good friend Jim Workman from Wiley and Wimpy's Football Digest is going to stop by as well. But we're going to play a little tourism game now this morning. I want to welcome into the show Alexandra Pfost, who is the Marketing and Agritourism Manager for Gritt's Farm, which is near Buffalo in Putnam County. Alexandra, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for being here. Now, before we get into what you're actually here to talk about, there may be some that aren't familiar with Gritt's Farm, which it's truly a treasure here in West Virginia. So just give us a little bit of a background, a little history behind it about Gritt's Farm, why this is such a big deal for West Virginia.
Sure. Gritt's Farm is located in Putnam County, West Virginia. We are in Buffalo, and we're currently a 3-season plant and produce farm, but we're also an agritourism farm. So we like to put on lots of fun events throughout the year. And our most popular, well-known event would be Gritt's Fun Farm that takes place each September and October. So it is a 6-week fall festival. We have about 30 different attractions for family and friends to come and explore. There's about 300 acres on our property, so there's lots going on. We have pumpkin patches and a corn maze and great places to eat and rides and games. So we typically see people come from all 50 states to visit Gritt's Fun Farm each fall, and we're really excited for our season that we've got coming up here starting September 16th. And
you're going to need some workers, or we're going to get into that in just a little bit, but I did want to say this. I actually mentioned this, I think, on the show last week. When I moved to Putnam County, Alexandra, I moved 9 years ago there, I did not realize, I guess, what a big deal the Gritt's Farm was. That was until I started hearing from a lot of my friends from all over the state about taking their kids and grandkids there to visit, and the field trips and whatever. Again, literally from all over the state. And you're saying not just all over the state of West Virginia. You're talking about 50 states coming here for these things.
Yes, sir. We're really grateful for that. And over the years, we try to add something new or a couple of new things every time, so that way people aren't getting the same experience. We're always trying to elevate whatever it is that we're doing, and we just want it to be a special place for families and kids. And as you mentioned, we do school tours on weekdays, and then we're open to the public on the weekends. And
again, the reason that I have you here to talk about this today is because you need workers. You got to have people to pull this off. Talk about that.
We sure do. So we are hiring currently for our Fun Farm team, and we have many positions available. So we're looking for everybody from admissions to help with ticket check-ins, attractions to help monitor our playground, food and beverage. We've got lots of sweet treats, and we can't put them out there unless we have great people to help us do it. So we're looking for front and back of house workers, as well as down to general labor, tractor drivers to help drive people to and from all of the amazing attractions that they'll experience.
And how many people are we looking for? Just give me a ballpark figure. I know you'll take as many as you can get, but just what would you like to have ideally?
We love to have 100. 100 is a great number for us, yes.
And what kind of wages are we looking at?
So we start at $10 per hour. And it's a great seasonal position for those looking for a little bit of extra work, whether it's their first job and they just want to have something fun to do outdoors, or they may even be retired and just want to save up some money for the holidays. So we have a little bit of something for everybody. It's a really fun job, and we offer some special tickets and perks to our team members.
I want to get into those perks. I'm all about the perks. So if I go to work out there, if I'm, and by the way, what's the age minimum here? What do you have to be? You have to be at least what age to work there?
15 years old.
15. All right. So whether I'm 15 or 85, you're going to give me some perks if I come to work there for this, right?
Absolutely. Everybody gets the perks, no matter the age, but we have a discount on our food and other items that we offer, and we also do special ticket perks and passes for families and the employees themselves. So they will get to not only experience Gritt's Fun Farm, but they'll get to share tickets with family and friends as well. But for our high school and college students, specifically high school seniors, we do offer a scholarship fund program. So any tips that we receive during Gritt's Fun Farm at any of our food locations, anytime a tip is put into a tip jar, we add that money up at the end of every week. And then at the end of the season, all of that is tallied and dispersed amongst select high school seniors and college students.
Wow.
That work for us, our employees, yes.
So what if somebody can only work a certain amount of hours? I know you need workers for all these different hours, but what if somebody comes to you and says, I'm a college student and because I can only work these 2 days a week, or I can only work evenings, or I can only work, well, are you willing to work with their schedules?
Yes. We are very flexible with scheduling as long as we know ahead of time. We like to give everyone the breathing room to work around their schedules, and we have many different shifts available. For example, Wednesdays through Friday mornings this year, we're going to be offering school tours. So if they just want to work certain school tour days in the mornings, that's fine. If they can only work Thursday and Friday evenings to the general public, that's fine. Or Sundays only, Saturday, Sundays only. We're really flexible with it. We just ask to be notified in advance.
So when the kids come there, the school students, and they come in there on field trips, what seems to be the highlight for them?
Oh, my goodness. Probably the goat visits that we do. Everybody loves feeding the goats. And last year we built our goats a brand new goat barn facility that's beautiful and huge, and they have all the room to frolic and be fed by the public. But when we do school tours during the weekdays. They are so excited to pet the goats and be able to feed them.
Well, it sounds like it's a great time. And again, you're looking at hiring a bunch of people for this. And this would be, this is not necessarily going to be a retirement kind of career, but if somebody's looking for what I would think is a fun job, especially if you're more of an outdoors person. And again, we're talking about hiring some younger people, and you can go as young as 15. But this would be a great job, especially when it comes for the school tours and whatnot. Would be a great job for somebody that's retired. Just looking for a little extra income. It's maybe supplement their retirement and have something fun to do in the outdoors in the fall months.
Absolutely, yeah. There is something for everybody, and we encourage anyone that's interested to apply online at grittsfarm.com. The application is on our main homepage there and on our jobs page, and we've made some announcements on our site. Actually, this week we've got a season pass flash sale going on right now, so you can actually start to see a little bit of what we're going to be offering for the fall season and get a season pass flash sale if you're interested.
Sounds good. Now, Alexandra, I have to ask you, you're a veteran out there. What's your favorite part of Gritt's Farm?
I think that's a great question. Seeing the people come and just the joy that they have when they're on the farm and adding something new every time. But aside from that, it has to be the food that we offer and the creativity that goes behind it with our team. And we're in the process of testing some recipes. Every day.
Do you need some people to help with that? Because my producer Ryan and I would be all about that. If you need somebody to test out food,
I might, Dave.
Okay, all right. What kinds of foods do you have there?
Oh, we have everything from what we're probably most known for are the fresh cake donuts that we have, and then we'll have some barbecue. We do chicken and fries and all of the festival foods. We do homemade cookies and pepperoni rolls.
Okay. All right. You can stop now. Okay.
I know. It's a little early, but it might be time for lunch.
It's never too early for lunch. Alexandra, I appreciate you taking time to join us to talk about this. Again, great opportunities. You need to hire a bunch of people out there. So whether you're high school, whether you're college, whether you get into people that are retired, just anybody wants a little extra income, and to be able to do it in a fun atmosphere out there with Gritt's Farm and have all these people coming from all 50 states to come out there and take in all the festivities and all the school kids and whatnot. Give us the website again and tell us about the application process for these jobs.
Yep, absolutely. So anyone can apply online at grittsfarm.com. Now through the end of next week, we have our team orientation next Saturday. So we definitely encourage you to apply as soon as possible. It's a very simple process. Just it takes a few minutes to complete, and they can always reach out to us directly if they have any questions. All
right. Well, I have a question for you that was sent in via the text line here. So you're already getting your own text here, Alexandra.
Oh, wonderful.
Someone wants me to ask you, do you have a design for your corn maze, and how does the maze work?
We do have a design for the corn maze, and we're very excited about it this year. So there was a certain popular movie that was just released within the last couple of weeks. And it is inspired by this movie, and the design, the theme rather, is called Farmy Land. So if you're a farmy girl in a farmy world, you need to come to Gritt's Fun Farm and experience the corn maze this fall.
Look, even I know what you're talking about. I'm the most dense person in the world when it comes to pop culture, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Alexandra, we wish you the best with everything. We'll have you on again maybe at some point, maybe you're in the middle part of the process, and give us an update on how things are going. I appreciate it.
Sounds great. Thanks, Dave.
Alexandra Pfost, who is a marketing and agritourism manager for Gritt's Farm in Putnam County. Big things going on there, and they said they may need somebody to sample food to kind of do quality assurance. I think I like the part where they said that they have that the goats are the highlight, and that they just get to frolic and eat all day. I mean, that's got radio written all over right there. But Alexandra just doing a great job out there with the folks at Gritt's Farm. We appreciate her taking time out of her schedule to be here today. 580 Live is presented in part by Meeks Realty Group. Our area's most beautiful properties deserve the finest realtors. Meeks Realty Group. Visit them online, meeks.us, or call 304-440-1101. Again, it's 304-440-1101. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk to Delegate Kathy Hess-Krause from the Parmar Store Studio. 580 Live is brought brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
Get ready for the ultimate summer savings at the new Thornhill Toyota Celebration. Hey, it's Sydney, inviting you to the Thornhill Motor Mile to take advantage of our red, white, and vroom savings. Upgrade your ride with unbeatable deals on our top models, from the sleek Camry to the versatile RAV4 or the all-new Tacoma. We have the perfect car for your summer adventures. You can drive away with a smile on your face and money in your pocket. Click or come by ThornhillToyotaWV.com or US 119 in Chapmanville for the summer celebration. See Thornhill for full details.
Thrive with 5 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Poca Valley Bank. Poca Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 5%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by a Poca Valley Bank location today or call 844-782-2651. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Poca Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
Does your knee pain keep getting worse? How about that pain in your shoulder, your hip, or your back? Don't let them tell you steroids and surgery are your only option. Take my advice and call QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Dave Allen. QC Kinetics can make that pain go away with all natural advanced regenerative medicine. They're helping people here every day with these amazing natural treatments that restore and repair damaged joint tissue. It's like turning back the clock. Regenerative medicine uses concentrated healing agents from your own body to stimulate that damaged tissue in your joints so they can work like they're supposed to, and there's zero downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting medical breakthrough. Patients here are getting real lasting relief and are saying no to surgery and drugs. If you have pain due to injury or arthritis, this is a remarkable option that you need to check out, and the consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics of Huntington and Cross Lanes for your complimentary consultation. 304-202-5566. 304-202-5566. 924, 580 Live, presented in part by Husson's Pizza. This month, get yourself a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an order of cheese sticks, only $21.99. For locations, to place an order, or for delivery, visit Husson'sPizza.com. Superintendent of Kanawha County Schools, Dr. Tom Williams, is going to join us a little bit later on. Also, we have Jim Workman from Wiley & Wimpy stopping by. Text says, okay, now I have no interest in the corn maze. I'm not a Barbie girl and could care less about anything Barbie related. Well, then just eat a corn dog and frolic with the goats. All right, don't be difficult. Don't be difficult. Somebody who's never difficult, always easy to get along with, at least for me anyway. Maybe not her fellow legislators, but I'm kidding. She gets along with everybody. Delegate Kathy Hess-Krause. How are you, dear?
I'm doing great, Dave. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Now, that's sort of kind of your part of the world over there where you serve, over at Gritt's Farm area. So,
yes, I do.
So what do you think of Gritt's Farm?
I love it out there. They have a beautiful place, and you know what? They're growing pineapples out there now, too.
They're growing pineapples out there now?
Yeah, out in their greenhouses and stuff. They've been doing pineapples and everything, too.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite part of Gritt's Farm?
Oh, when you get to shoot the apples when they do that.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I can't help it.
Getting to shoot and blow things up. That's what Kathy Hess-Krause wants to do.
Exactly. I mean, how can you have more fun than that?
Well, there you go. Nothing says fun, quite like
blowing things up.
Like blowing things up. Promo there, Ryan, on that. Kathy, I always like to talk to members of our legislature, but I especially like to talk to you folks during the so-called off season, because I think that there is this idea that the men and women of the legislature work your 60-day session and then that's it. Most, if not all, the legislators have full-time jobs outside the legislature, and of course families and all the other responsibilities. But you do a lot of legislative working during the non-session months too, meeting with different groups and constituents and stuff.
Yes. Just like yesterday. What was yesterday?
Yesterday was Wednesday, yes.
Thank you.
They all run together after a while.
They do. Tuesday afternoon, I had my Wednesday finally free and open. I had a few things I was going to be able to work on, still for the legislature, but I had it open to work on things all day. And by late Tuesday, I had a 9 a.m. phone call scheduled. I had a constituent that had an issue, needed to talk to me about it. So I got on a phone call with them at 9 a.m. 8 a.m. though, I had another phone call from someone within the area also wanting me to come and visit the War Memorial Museum in Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
They were having an open house. Went and stopped also while I was there. Ended up talking to the fire chief in Nitro because although he's right outside my district, he covers my district, and I needed to talk with him about things with the fire bills we just passed. I had to go to the Capitol for a little while, pick up some information that I needed for the previous phone call that day.
Mm-hmm.
I finally called it quits about 5 p.m. and sat down by my by my pond to relax for a few minutes. So that was my day off, I had nothing to do.
And then you went and did family things after that, So
yeah,
the reason I bring that up is because no matter who the legislator is, I think people do have a tendency to think, well, they only work during the session. Your phone, and I've known this from several of the state senators and delegates that I'm friends with, your phone probably rings more during the non-session than what it does during the session, and that's what you're here for. I mean, that's what you signed up for. Matter of fact, I was talking to one of your fellow delegates yesterday. We were having a conversation, and he was telling me about when he first went into the legislature that he'd had a particularly bad day, and then he went into the speaker's office and told him about his day, and the speaker said, "Well, you signed up to have days like these."
Yep, exactly. It never stops. I will wake up some mornings and see that I have had text messages at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it's all about.
It goes all day long, all night long. But we are constantly working on different things, different issues. Lord knows I'm constantly on the phone with DOH trying to get road issues taken care of and problems. So it's not a 60-day done kind of thing. It is all year long. Now, I put more hours in than anything.
Now, you just wrapped up a special session which coincided with interims last week. Your thoughts overall on the special session and interims?
It was fast and furious.
It's one way to put it, yeah.
We had 44 bills, and out of that, I believe we passed 35 of those.
Okay.
So we took care of some issues with corrections. We have more to take care of during next session. We took care of some problems with fire, volunteer fire departments. We still have some more to do on that next session, too. So both of those will be worked on this off time that we supposedly do nothing. Yeah. So we have a lot that we do, and we had a lot that we got done during session.
What do you think about that? You called it that lightning quick session, because there's been people that have said, that maybe it went a little bit too fast, and others said that this is what they're supposed to do. What was your overall take on it?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
It was, like I said, it was fast and furious, but on the House side, we still took it seriously. Our bills were referenced to committees to make sure, they were what they were supposed to be, or if we needed to make any changes.
Is that your phone going off?
Yes.
Okay, well, silence it.
It's my watch going off. Sorry.
I'll put
it on. I'll put it under my leg. Or
all right, there you go.
But we sent ours to committees. The only ones that we passed on that first day were ones that we had already passed in the previous session, or they were some fixes like to the tax, the personal property tax code.
Because that was kind of I won't say it was a mess, but it was just kind of confusing for a lot of people.
Yes,
I know Hoppy spent several days talking about it, trying to make people understand it. And I'll be honest with you, I've listened to Hoppy every day talk about it. I'm not so sure that I still understand the way, but hopefully we'll be able to get that straightened out again. We're talking with Delegate Kathy Hess-Krause here on 580 Live. You mentioned corrections and also foster care. I'll throw that in there. Those are two of the big items that seem to be creating a lot of, and we got a lot of good things going on in West Virginia right now. We got a long way to go as far as the corrections and the foster care system.
Yes.
Care to comment on either one of those and some of the things that you'd like to see happen?
The foster care system, I believe, needs a complete and total overhaul. I've had 3 calls this week alone on CPS issues. So I know we need to work with CPS and children that are being removed that shouldn't be removed. Maybe they need watched over a little bit more, but shouldn't be removed from their homes. And then those that do need removed from their homes, we need to figure out how to get more foster parents. But there's a big problem there is it takes so many hours to get approved for foster care. I had looked into it many years ago, but with my husband's full-time job, and I had kids at home at the time. I had all 5 of mine at home at the time. It was impossible to, do. I think it was probably close to 40 hours worth of training and stuff. Yeah. And I was already raising kids. And then some of the special things we had to do around our farm that just wasn't cohesive to farm life.
Right. Yeah.
It made it difficult. So there's a lot of things, a lot of stipulations they put in place that I think they could probably change too, to enable more people to become foster parents to help alleviate that. And then, of course, the big thing leading to foster care is the drug problem we have. And as much as I want to fix that, I'm at a loss on how we go about fixing that at times. Yeah. It is so bad, and it's everywhere, and everybody has it where it has touched their lives one way or another.
There's not a person out there that hasn't had somebody that's touched their lives. I've told stories of people in my family as well. Talking with Delegate Kathy Hess-Krause, another big economic announcement came out yesterday in an area close to where you serve, a major operation going into Mason County, and there's a complete story about that available at the website wvmetronews.com. But overall, it's more good news for the Mountain State, looks like.
Yes, it looks like close to 1,000 permanent jobs once it's done. Thousands, I think it was like little over 4,000 construction jobs in the process. And it's great for Putnam County because we are that wonderful bedroom community, and we have quick and easy access to Mason County, Cabell County, Kanawha County, and we have the land for the growth. And Putnam County is one of, I believe, the 8 growth counties in the state, and it's a wonderful county to live in. I grew up here in Kanawha County, moved to Putnam 22 years ago, and I know I'll never move out. It's where everybody should come live.
You're like a part-time employee of the Chamber of Commerce there.
Exactly.
But, I want to ask you this question, too. Why do you think the Republicans are just dominating the political landscape in West Virginia? I mean, because you and I are both old enough to remember when it wasn't that way, when the Democrats ruled West Virginia for well over 80 years, and now we've done a complete flip on that. Why, in your opinion, is the conservative message resonating so well with voters?
I think it's because West Virginia always had those conservative values, and the left has went so far left. They are out there with the transgender surgeries and transitions. You just name it, and the left is so far out there that those who just cannot look at that side and say, I agree with that. They can't do that, and they want what the conservatives have and what we're doing and what we stand for. Mm-hmm. We're bringing in jobs, we're bringing in money, we're making the state better. And they look at that and they can see that. We've made some great changes over the last, almost 10 years that we've been in control. It's been slow at times, but we've got 83 years to clean up. Mm-hmm. But I think people are really seeing that. We've brought in just in the last 2 years thousands of permanent jobs. Once the
more are coming,
and more are coming. Yes,
And again, I think one of the keys to that is, if you need an indicator of that, is look at the number of people that are running on the Republican side for all of these positions. For governor, we've got 3 running for Secretary of State. We've got 3 candidates that are Republicans running for Attorney General, just to name a few of the races, let alone local. You got county officials that are switching. And you can get into, okay, why are they switching? They're just doing it, for political gain or whatever. But this time, 20 years ago, to think, okay, we have this many Republicans running for governor, would have been almost usually 1, 2, maybe, and it was that was the Democrats, and of course, you got a field of 5 or 6, and only 1 or 2 probably have got a legitimate shot. But my point is that would have been unheard of years ago to have that many Republicans. And it just goes to show that I think that and I had the debate between Mike Pushkin and Tony Hodge a couple days ago on the show. I thought it actually went pretty well. But the Democratic message, and Mike even admitted, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, he even admitted that, that maybe the Republicans have done a little bit better job with messaging and tying, as you just did, as tying the Democrats to the National Democratic Party. So it's kind of where we are. You and the others in the House are up for re-election next year.
We are.
Heard rumors that there could be others that will be seeking your office on the Republican side, which goes kind of what I was just talking about.
Exactly.
I know you and your attitudes, just bring it on. But thoughts on the future for Kathy Hess-Krause? What are you going? What are you doing?
I am running again. I have a campaign kickoff scheduled for next month. Mm-hmm. I'm staying in my seat. I'm not moving up. I'm not trying for another office. I love representing Putnam County. I love the people there, and I'm going to continue to stay there. And if anybody thinks they can outwork me, they have another thing coming.
I will say this: not everybody will agree with you, but I don't think anybody would ever accuse you of not working for the people. I will say that, regardless of your political ideology. Text says, Dave, Delegate Krause's husband Mark is arguably the most talented pinball and video arcade restorationist in West Virginia. Any chance we could get a Pinbot pinball and Miss Pac-Man under the Gold Dome? It couldn't hurt. Now, I know your husband Mark. I had no idea. You want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, he restores old pinball machines. It is his love and passion, and I've actually thought about a couple times, do I put one of them in my office at the Capitol? But it stays so full anyway of people. I could just imagine if I had a couple pinball machines in there.
Well, there's probably been worse things under the Capitol Dome over the years. So, Delegate Kathy Hess-Krause, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll talk soon. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dave.
22 minutes away from 10. 580 Live presented in part by Pinnacle Consultants. You know, whether you're replacing a roof, remodeling the kitchen, or replacing a bathroom to keep it safe and to keep it legal, you got to get with Pinnacle Consultants. They can inspect your site, collect samples, perform lab analysis, and provide results within a week. Testing all renovations for mold, asbestos, and lead. That is the law, folks, in West Virginia. Visit pinnaclecorp.net. That's pinnaclecorp.net for Pinnacle Consultants, because what you don't know can hurt you. It's back to school time, and the superintendent of Kanawha County Schools, Dr. Tom Williams, is up next from the Parmar Store Studio. 580 Live, brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
Reckless big government policies are putting the American dream out of reach. We all know Washington is broken, but it doesn't have to be. Senator Joe Manchin could be part of the solution if he stood up for West Virginia values. Instead, he voted with Joe Biden on the Inflation Reduction Act, which led to higher taxes, trillions in new spending, and tens of thousands of new IRS agents. Tell Joe Manchin, Mountaineers want real, common sense solutions. To learn more, visit prosperityispossible.com. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Get ready for the ultimate summer savings at the new Thornhill Toyota Celebration. Hey, it's Sydney, inviting you to the Thornhill Motor Mile to take advantage of our red, white, and vroom savings. Upgrade your ride with unbeatable deals on our top models, from the sleek Camry to the versatile RAV4 or the all-new Tacoma. We have the perfect car for your summer adventures. You can drive away with a smile on your face and money in your pocket. Click or come by ThornhillToyotaWV.com or US 119 in Chapmanville for the summer celebration. See Thornhill for full details.
The most wonderful time of the year is here. Of course, I'm talking about football season, and your local Parmar stores are ready. Hey, it's Dave Allen. And whether you need to gas up the tank, grab a bite to eat, or stock up on snacks and drinks for the tailgate party or for your own couch, Parmar's got you covered. Parmar is the official store of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and of Marshall University. Happy football. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Elevators. You take them for granted until they let you down. If you're working to maintain a stellar reputation, then let me introduce you to DC Elevator. We want to work with you to make sure your people get where they are going. What could be better than a new company coming to the area and already having 45 years of experience? DC Elevator is bringing a new culture of elevator maintenance, repairs, modernization, and installation to West Virginia. Don't leave your people hanging. For a free consultation, call DC Elevator at 304-345-7222.
19 minutes away from 10, 580 Live, brought to you by QC Kinetics of Huntington and Cross Lanes. Is your knee pain getting worse? How about that pain in your shoulders, your hips, or your back? Get real lasting relief without surgery, drugs, or downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 304-202-5566, 304-202-5566 for QC Kinetics of Huntington and Cross Lanes. Text says the governor could start by appointing a director of drug control policy. It's been 8 months. Text says Delegate Krause works very hard for her district. Putnam County is thankful to have someone who works very hard like Kathy. Text says slow pitch softball, pitiful. I guess that's part of my fan club there. Text says, Dave, I'm an independent voter. Don't know what party your guest is. From the problem I've had with legislators with social issues, leave people alone and stop running people out of our state. Kathy Hess Krause is a Republican to the core. All right, we'll try to get some more of this text a little bit later on. Let's bring in the superintendent of Kanawha County Schools, Dr. Tom Williams. Dr. Williams, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's talking about back to school time. I know you're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. How could you not be excited about the first day of school? I think this is my 58th first day of school.
Really?
So,
58?
It's an exciting time.
Indeed it is. Do you still get butterflies on opening day, Dr. Williams?
Absolutely. I mean, the kids coming to school, the kids coming back to us, it's just an exciting time. And to see the smiles on their faces and know that they're going to get a good education and be productive citizens, it's a good feeling. Nothing's better than working with kids.
Well, Dr. Williams, we've all heard about the difficulty in finding bodies to fill the various positions in the school system, not only here, but literally across the country. How are we looking in Kanawha County, sir?
All of our classrooms are staffed. Some of them have long-term subs in there. We are short a few bus drivers and a couple aides and some cooks and custodians. But, anyone wants a job in Kanawha County, and I'll have to disagree with the lady who spoke earlier. I think Kanawha County is the greatest place to live. I was born and raised here and still am here. But anyway, we have jobs available. If you're interested, you need to contact our Human Resource Office, and we'll be happy to take your application and see if we can place you somewhere.
Of course, a lot of buzz, Superintendent, this school year in Kanawha County has to do with the opening of the all-new Herbert Hoover High School following the devastation of the floods of 2016. Brand new school, sir, state-of-the-art facility, and a guy named Brad Paisley coming to town, too, this Saturday night. Pretty exciting times there on Elk River.
Yes, it really is. And, the folks up there have been so patient and so kind, and we've been working with FEMA for the last 7 years, and I have to thank our local politicians, the governor's office, as well as our senators and the county commission that have helped us through the way. But it's opening Saturday. It's 185,000 square feet with another 20,000 square feet of athletic facilities, and the kids up there absolutely deserve this. It reminds me of a college campus. Everything is right there. 90 acres of education going on. It's just incredible to see.
And when I had earlier in the week, Superintendent, on Monday, I had the football coach of the Huskies, Joey Fields, and also had the principal, Mike Kelly, on the show. And Principal Kelly, if I heard him correctly, said that despite all that those students had to go through, those high school students are at Herbert Hoover High School, they were in the modular type buildings, and the sports were a mess as far as trying to find practice facilities, things of that nature, and the kids in the classrooms as well. Their academic scores actually went up.
They did, and Herbert Hoover is 12th in the state among high schools as far as their academics. Their standardized SAT tests, so we're very proud of them. And Mr. Kelly does a wonderful job. His first focus has always been students first, education first. So we've got to educate the kids, and they've got several wonderful programs up there that do that. Anything from academics to help you on in college to career technical skills, they've got it at Herbert Hoover.
Dr. Williams, I know you're really busy, so we'll kind of cut this short, but I did want to get this in there. As we begin the new school year here in Kanawha County tomorrow, I know that I saw a little press coverage of you and Sheriff Rutherford and others talking about slowing down in the school zones and things of that nature. Is there anything else that parents or grandparents should be doing with the youngsters to get them ready for school? Anything they should be on the lookout for this year? What are you seeing? Any advice, I guess, is what I'm looking for parents or grandparents?
I think that they need to make sure their kids get a good night's sleep every night. They need to make sure that their children are well fed. We will be feeding free again all of our students in Kanawha County for breakfast and lunch. But I think just keep up with their schoolwork and make sure they get to school every day. You know, a child wakes up sometimes and they've got a stomach ache or whatever, but the rule in my house was if you don't have a fever, you're going to school.
Yeah, that's the way it was in my house, too. This headache stuff doesn't cover it.
No, absolutely not. We can't educate them if they're not there.
Well, and what it does, sir, is, and this is a show for probably another time, is it sets them up for when they enter the workforce later on, and you can't call in sick because you have a headache or because you have a stomach ache. And that's, I think the earlier you teach kids that, the better. Would you agree?
I absolutely would agree, and that's what we call soft skills, and those are some of the things that are really important. You've got to be in school on time and be ready to work because that's a job skill. Be at your job on time and ready to work.
Well, Superintendent Dr. Tom Williams, I appreciate you and your staff for making you available to us this morning. I know, again, the day before you got a lot going on. Best of luck. We hope you and your team and the personnel at all the schools, from the bus drivers, the cooks, teachers, maintenance on down, everybody has a great school year. And we will talk soon. Thanks a lot, sir.
All righty. Appreciate it. You have a good day.
You as well. Kanawha County School Superintendent Dr. Tom Williams, 13 minutes away from 10. Phone calls to 580 Live, a service of Biggly Piggly Wiggly. When shopping at your Biggly Piggly Wiggly, be sure to join their loyalty program. You can save big at the gas pumps and throughout the store with their electronic coupons and free gifts on Fridays just for stopping by. From farm to table, Biggly Piggly Wiggly, the best kept secret in Charleston. Texting services provided by Fruth Pharmacy, your hometown family pharmacy. Let me get a couple of texts in and we'll bring Jim Workman. First of all, before I do the text, I do want to remind you that today we got a lot going on here at the Radio Ranch. Our sister station, 98.7 The Mountain, Steve Animal, is going to be, he's going back to school himself today. He's going to be broadcasting live from the campus of West Virginia State starting around 11 o'clock or so this morning. Yeah, Steve Animal on a college campus. The jokes write themselves sometimes. And then he's going to be later today at Bar 101 right on the boulevard there in Charleston. And, of course, our big story today, and you heard Woody Woods talking about it yesterday, teaming up with the folks at Todd Judy Motors for another backpack attack. This is the 16th annual backpack attack at our lot here, right in front of the building, 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston. Lineup will start at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Backpack distribution starts at 3. Backpacks all filled up with everything the kids are going to have for the upcoming school year, and backpacks are free. Now, the kids have to be present to get a backpack. We can't have moms and dads showing up and saying, well, I've got so-and-so at Prac. No, we got to have the kid here. We want to actually present it to the kids ourselves. Again, lineup starts at 2 right in front of the station here, 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston. And we'll start the distribution about 3 o'clock. Our friends at The Beat been doing this now for 16 years, Woody, G-Money, and the folks. But we're all going to be out there taking part in it today. So hope that you can bring your kids down. And, again, we're limited to 500. There's only 500 of these backpacks to give away. So come on out and join us for that today. Text says, going back to Kathy Krause, don't let this radical Krause lie. There are no transgender surgeries for kids. Also, she doesn't have the integrity to admit jobs are coming to West Virginia because of federal money. I'm done, says a texter with bad faith Republicans. Text says, Krause is another right to life fraud. All life is precious unless it means I have to wear a mask or get a vaccine. In that case, anyone I may infect can just die because I can't be inconvenienced. Texter says, social workers for foster care need paid better. How many and what kind of workers do the legislators expect to get for sub $30,000 a year wages? Text says we have to put some real money into foster care. Doing away with the standards and oversight doesn't work. Foster families haven't had a raise in 10 years. Legislative leadership doesn't want to spend money on our children. Text says, why are the taxpayers footing the school lunch bill for middle class, upper middle class, and upper class students? That's a reference to what Dr. Williams told us there about free lunches being available for Kanawha County schools. Text says, Dave, Delegate Kathy Krause is cool. I'm not even in her district, and she took my phone call multiple times when I've had questions, according to a texter. Jim Workman, who will always answer the phone when you call him, sometimes if he's not eating at Buffalo Wild Wings, is coming up next from the Parmar Store Studio 580 Live, brought to you by the Thornhill Outer Group and the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you a physical therapy assistant and looking for an opportunity in orthopedics, wellness, and athletic care? If so, Generations Physical Therapy is offering flexible work hours and an upbeat atmosphere. With 7 convenient locations, Generations may have a job designed for you. Visit generationspt.com.
Get ready for the ultimate summer savings at the new Thornhill Toyota Celebration. Hey, it's Sydney, inviting you to the Thornhill Motor Mile to take advantage of our red, white, and vroom savings. Upgrade your ride with unbeatable deals on our top models, from the sleek Camry to the versatile RAV4 or the all-new Tacoma. We have the perfect car for your summer adventures. You can drive away with a smile on your face and money in your pocket. Click or come by ThornhillToyotaWV.com or US 119 in Chapmanville for the summer celebration. See Thornhill for full details.
Does your knee pain keep getting worse? How about that pain in your shoulder, your hip, or your back? Don't let them tell you steroids and surgery are your only option. Take my advice and call QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Dave Allen. QC Kinetics can make that pain go away with all natural advanced regenerative medicine. They're helping people here every day with these amazing natural treatments that restore and repair damaged joint tissue. It's like turning back the clock. Regenerative medicine uses concentrated healing agents from your own body to stimulate that damaged tissue in your joints so they can work like they're supposed to, and there's zero downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting medical breakthrough. Patients here are getting real lasting relief and are saying no to surgery and drugs. If you have pain due to injury or arthritis, this is a remarkable option that you need to check out, and the consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics of Huntington and Cross Lanes for your complimentary consultation. 304-202-5566. 304-202-5566.
Reckless big government policies are putting the American dream out of reach. We all know Washington is broken, but it doesn't have to be. Senator Joe Manchin could be part of the solution if he stood up for West Virginia values. Instead, he voted with Joe Biden on the Inflation Reduction Act, which led to higher taxes, trillions in new spending, and tens of thousands of new IRS agents. Tell Joe Manchin, Mountaineers want real, common sense solutions. To learn more, visit prosperityispossible.com. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
9:53, 580 Live, presented in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. They continue their road swing up north up in the New York area. They're back at home at Gomart Ballpark next Tuesday to take on Frederick. For tickets, promotions, Dirty Birds gear, schedules, and more, visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. Text says, if children are forced to be in school by penalty of incarceration or their parents, then yes, each one, regardless of income, deserves free lunch. Jim Workman of Wally and Wimpy's, who's never turned down a free lunch in his life, is here with us this morning. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Appreciate being here.
Wally Wimpy's, of course, the premier sports digest in the state of West Virginia. Got my copy. Jimbo walks in the studio, hands me my copy. It's a great time, man. It's football season. Are you
That's
happy?
right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. A week from today.
Yeah.
High school football in West Virginia starts. A couple of games on Thursday nights. Of course, they all start the following day on Friday, but Hurricane and Winfield next Thursday night, and I know GW is playing Cabell Midland. So those are some big games to kick us off.
And, of course, the NFL preseason is going on now on what will be, write it down, I said it, a Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl season.
Wow.
I've said it every year since 1995, but okay.
Well, will they play the Cleveland Browns in that Super Bowl?
No. Okay. No. Everybody's sexy pick for the NFL season are the Jets and Detroit. I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. I'm a big Dan Campbell fan. He's a former Cowboy, that's the coach of Detroit, and Mike Pushkin, is a big Jets fan. He and two other people, and so he's all about the Jets. I'm watching Hard Knocks because I love Hard Knocks. I haven't watched episode 2 yet. I've just watched episode 1, but I'm going to catch up on episode 2 probably at some point over the weekend. You are getting together with a couple of hundred of your closest friends tonight at Buffalo Wild Wings and Cross Lanes. Talk about it.
Man, it's going to be a great time tonight between 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. It's Wally's and Wimpy's night at Buffalo Wild Wings and Cross Lanes, and I'm going to be giving away a pair of tickets to the West Virginia University home opener against Duquesne, and also a pair of tickets to Marshall's home opener when they play Albany. So that's on the September 2nd. WVU it starts on the road. They come back the 9th. So home openers for both Marshall and WVU. You can win some tickets
What do you
tonight.
think about the Mountaineers and Penn State? That's a renewal of an old rivalry playing up in Happy Valley. What do you think about that?
Well, the line is going to be double digits in not in West Virginia's favor, but here in the last couple of weeks, there's been people talking about WVU may even pull the upset. So it's going to be interesting. You never know. I mean, the first game of the season, but I do know that's a really tough environment to walk into at Penn State.
Yeah, it's not happy. It's not appropriately named. Happy Valley is
not for the opponents.
No. What do you think about the quarterback situation at WVU?
I've heard some good things about Garrett Green. I think he probably has improved. He showed some signs, some glimpses in the time that he's been on field. And, I think primarily he's been known as a runner or a kind of an option guy or maybe a versatile athlete kind of guy. But I'm getting reports that his arm has improved.
Okay.
So, and they really like their new receiver core. So you never know. And they already have a pretty good running game in C.J. Donaldson. So if they get the defense shored up in Morgantown, they may not be as bad as people predicted, at least not last in the Big 12.
Will it be enough to save Neil Brown's job?
Oh, that's the tough question. If it was not year 6, it would be a little easier to say yes. He'll probably stick around. But the fact that, he's deep into it and people have been trusting the climb for so long, I don't know that, his favors are running out, I believe.
580 Live is brought to you by Generations Physical Therapy, 7 convenient locations along I-64, and they're hiring for both licensed and technically trained staff. For more information, visit generationspt.com. So what are you trying to do here, man? I'm seeing these little glimpses, little hints on social media that you're trying to become the next Dave Allen here. I'm trying to become a multimedia star. What's up with that?
Well, I don't know about star, but I'm just overwhelmed with ideas of things that I should do and could do.
When you grow up.
When I grow up. Exactly. I don't know that that's ever going to happen, but I've had a lot of interest outside of sports. It will have some sports, but it's going to be
what is it, like a podcast or something you're doing?
I don't use that word,
okay.
But it's going to be an online show.
An online show featuring Jim Workman.
You'll be able to listen to it at your leisure. And I'm really excited about it. So
when can we expect to know more? Because you've been teasing this thing,
in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
all
it's
going to.
Well, if you ever need a sidekick, I got tons of time on my hands.
Man, I tell you, I want you on there as often as you want to be there.
I got to bring Ryan, my producer. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Come on, Ryan.
All right, let's do it. How many years has Wally and Weppy's been in existence?
This is my 6th season since I took it over as a Sports Digest. It was Wally's and Wimpy's Football Digest by Light Point Publishing for nearly 30 years. I'm thinking this is like the 35th year.
Yeah.
And
people love it.
Oh,
I mean, pick one up. They're available in all your local Par Mar stores, among other places.
Yeah. I get that a lot. We just need to get out there and get it out there in people's hands, but they can also subscribe online to get the digital edition, that's kind of new. Wally's and Wimpy, WallyWimpySports.com for information how to subscribe to that or where to pick it up, and you can always pick them up at Par Mar stores.
All right, let's talk about the big event tonight. Let's wrap it up. Cross Lanes, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wally's and Wimpy's night. Come on out, 6 to 7:30 at Buffalo Wild Wings and Cross Lanes. Love to have you out.
All right, Jim, as always, pleasure to talk to you. Coming up on tomorrow's show, guest host Andy Bernhardt. She's the morning news anchor, one of them from WOWK TV 13. She'll be with us tomorrow. Hannah Gardner with our Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. And also we're going to talk about Live on the Levee, but we're also going to talk, tomorrow night's the last night for Live on the Levee. We'll talk about South Charleston Summerfest, too. It's all coming up on the show tomorrow. Loaded up show. Jim, we'll see you tonight at Buffalo Wild Wings. Till tomorrow, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston, 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.